Hey everybody, Tom Marks from PC Gamer here with a look at the early access title BeamNG.Drive. Now this is kind of a weird driving game that's still very early in early access. It just went live on Steam this week. So if you're not comfortable playing early access games, just this is not for you right now. What it is a really interesting driving game with really intricate physics and soft body collision detection and that sort of thing. So its physics engine obviously isn't done yet, but it's at a point where it feels, or tries to feel, very realistic in its driving and its crashes and its collision damage, that sort of stuff. So you get a different experience than if you're playing some sort of like arcade racer or how you think about driving in games. You know, it's not like GTA when you're driving around. And the first thing that became immediately apparent to me is that driving is hard, and I understand why other games don't make super hyper-realistic driving, because it is really difficult when you're fighting physics in a car. I found out very quickly that you can't do what you want to do in driving games, which is just power down on the pedal and go, because if you just go at top speed, you're going to spin out, you're going to lose your grip on the road, you're going to just not have a good time at all. There's a lot of depth in the driving. You can do these tutorials that'll teach you how to drive, but those are really, they're just really difficult. And the difficulty is not a criticism of the game, because it's very much what they're going for. It's very intentional. It's just that don't play it expecting an arcade kind of driving experience. There's not a whole lot to do right now. There are some races where you can go through and follow these checkpoints and see how fast you can do it, and it'll keep track of your time. But I actually found that I spent most of my time in this kind of just test world with, untextured objects and just a little bit of a playground, right? It's a sandbox to just drive around in. And I actually had a lot more fun just driving around that and seeing what kind of damage I could do to the car, seeing if I could get through some of the racing courses in that area than I did doing any of the track races, but maybe that's just a preference of mine. If you're a track race kind of guy, you probably will enjoy those too. There are a handful of cars you can choose from right now, both automatic and manual transmission if you want to get really into the driving of it. And you can change colors, there's trucks and big rigs and that sort of thing, and they all handle very differently. The weight of a car is very noticeable. If you grab the tiny little sports car, you're going to zip around, but if you're up in the truck or the van, it takes a long time to get going, and you don't turn as well. It can be difficult to drive. I also had a lot of fun in this one off-road course where I was in a truck trying to drive on really rough terrain and follow a path, and there were a couple moments where I almost fell off an edge, and it was really exciting to it felt very rewarding, because the game didn't hold your hand very much for it. It was a lot of figuring it out and learning how to drive and learning when you need to ease off the gas, and I really enjoyed that. But like I said, there isn't a very specific mission mode, there's no story mode, there's no campaign, there's no money. It's very much a sandbox game currently, in its current incarnation. It is early access, it is at the beginning of its early access life cycle, and I doubt it will be in a feature-complete game state for quite some time, but what's there now is a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun to play around with if you're a fan of driving games and you want to see these really cool soft body collisions. So BeamNG.Drive is available on Steam Early Access right now, so you can go check it out if you'd like. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.